Some years ago, I found myself in a room downtown watching a true doc. You know, I can't say with any degree of certainty whether or not it was the first time doing it. Because even though we were as close as two people could ever be, we tried hard not to live in one another's pockets. Too much. But I remember that he did show a certain amount of innocence where the needle was concerned. He would trace a soft white line of the inner flesh of his forearm, and then seemed to freeze, just where he opened his elbow. It may have been his first time testing this match, or maybe he was simply afraid of the needle, just as a great many junkies tend to be. Someone else had to do the honors that day. Or night, because day and night seemed like two houses in the same trick back then. There were always windows painted black, a pair light bulb burning 81 watts, and appealing glare that just as much as the drugs and all the rest added to a sense of unreality at the time. Heroin, a drug that affects not only those who use it, but those closest to them. An example of this can be seen through the eyes of Jackie Richard's brother, as we soon learn that Jackie's not the only one who suffered from this, but his brother as well. And a blue note by Billy O'Callaghan. He was destined for something more. Everyone could see it. I had always seen it, and I told him so as often as he needed. It was Coltrane all over. All those self-destructive musical prayers. Except this was no derivative, no mimic. This was just picking up a saxophone and blowing it till nothing else mattered. Because there was nothing else. No beginnings, no ends. Just the melodies that he scraped from the air. God, they think already, turning them from the perfectly mediocre to the ridiculously sublime. People had already begun to call him Jake Bacon. Jake Brinshaw. Because that was a name guaranteed to carry more weight than Jackie. I didn't understand it, and neither did he. He became two people just around then. And the audience, though really, became a face for only me to see. Apart from his minutes on stage, he was an actor, playing a role. You know, I remember how he shot up on the living room floor that day, or not. A girl who seemed like she was all that and more, helping the needle on, and his fingers, or his flesh would flinch, and last resistance. She had the kind of smile that was at once dirty and ugly. A bedtime smile made sour by her flashing eyes and her lyric teeth. After it would fix him up, he leaned back against the seat cushions of the couch, closed his eyes, and clenched his teeth in an agonized sort of way. Back then, though, the roads were still off in the distance. And we all know them, but none of us quite believed. We believed that money made all the difference. And he had money, generous to a fault. It came and went with him like a visiting cousin. And I know for certain that he was ripped up plenty of times. But he never cared about that, just as long as he had enough to get by. In the beginning, it was the music that we met. And not even the studio stuff and the big gigs, but down, small, down-the-hill nightclubs that lay scattered all across the west side, just slipping in, noticed by a silent woman who took a pipe and nodded in conspiratorial silence. Then, almost drowning in that darkness, until a second, or maybe a third touch of pride, grounded him enough so that he could ease his way onto that small bedstead. Screw on his mouthpiece. You know, that was where he mattered most. Up on stage, made help from the spotlight. Even if you didn't know his story, you could have felt to notice that this was a man struggling with demons. A man who lived by the hour. A man who carried around with him a pain worse than anything the physical could ever bestow. I know his story because I lived it with him. Just think about the worst possible things a child can suffer through and still somehow endure, and you'll begin to get some idea of who he was. Just listen to his music, and you will understand. At first it was a joyride. We had been through everything and the world was paying us back. Or at least that was how it felt. I did the little things. Go from where he needed to go, prepare his bags, find us reefer, and also the kind of woman that could keep a party going long after everyone else had gone home. We were brothers in every way imaginable. I watched over him, and I loved to listen to him play, because I could tell that when he played, he was playing to me. That's nice. He lived on his dreams. We had a time in Paris, one of our best. Just a basement club with no stage. Half a dozen rows of pews, salvaged from some building church. The hardy patrons could be recognized by the overclothes bulging in our places. And by the little smirks on their faces that said this would be a long night. And I knew it. Miles Davis stood there beside my brother on the little wedding floor. There were tears in my eyes. My brother's face was straight. It was impossible to resist the lure of the melody that he found on his Japanese lips. The music ached, and we ached with it. At 3 or 4 a.m., Paris had enough to of the great work of art. Afterwards, I embraced him, and there was no need for either one of us to say that we had just shared a moment of perfection. The kind of moment that a genius will stumble across only 3 or 4 times in his life. There were other nights and other highs. That's Paris basement. That was a definite to be. And the heroin was the same. And everything was compromised. The truth of it is that after the lights went out, the rest was hard to bear. The first gig he missed was really the end of the road. We went on for a while after that. Fighting, loving, hating. Too close to the abyss when could sell us up from my eyes. And then, one morning I woke alone in a strange bed. It was the soft clanging of plates being ready for breakfast. I seemed to wake up truly because the realization of everything hit at once. I stood out of the shower, and swore just to cry. Jackie died probably 2 years before his heart finally stopped. To the watching eye, the addiction of her slow could not move away. But it was brutal in its treatment of the soul. And that was the real thing. Not just the beginning. I lived through him and now he is gone, but I am still living. You know, we were not so different, Jackie and I. Except for talent was concerned. But you know, I think that is what proved to be his undoing. All I know is that I live a half-life without my brother now. But I am thankful to him for even that. Because were it not for his ability to take on all that pain and suffering, to bottle it up in later ways to exploit later, then I'm not sure that I would have survived. With his passing, the world has lost its vigor. But I can survive because I have something the rest don't have. I have the memories. Even if they're so blue and so lazy things, I could do nothing but bow my head and cry, pray, better, fight to what's to come.